Thank you, Raquel. Well, joining us now on Midday Live are Bryan Lewis and Shawn Perry, and they're here to talk about the paddle battle to benefit Hope House. And thank you both for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Now, this is the Baird Wealth Management paddle battle. And tell me a little bit about Baird Wealth. I almost called it Laird, but it's Baird.
Yeah, Baird is a financial services firm here in Bowling Green, and historically we partnered with Hope House, and Baird nationally is the wealth management sponsor for Pickleball Association nationally in all the pro tournaments, so it seemed like a great fit for us to help out with the event.
Yeah. Okay, so Bryan, what is the mission of Hope House?
Yeah, so we exist to alleviate physical and spiritual poverty through gospel restoration. We seek to do with a person versus doing for them, and we do this through 5 real specific key areas through development classes, job training, financial literacy, parenting classes, along with transportation, helping people get to and from work through a Ready to Work shuttle. Then we do 12-month gospel-centered recovery for men and women. They'll actually live with us, and then we help them through the aftercare process of that 12 months. And then workforce development. We actually create business enterprises that we can employ our program participants. And then lastly, through financial empowerment through our community store and affordable Christmas that the community has probably heard of.
What a wonderful, organization that Hope House is, because it really does give hope and, serve so many people in so many areas.
Absolutely.
Well, for Baird Wealth Management, what does that mean for you all to be a part of this and be a title sponsor?
Well, this is the first year of the tournament, so we wanted to come in and partner with Bryan and to help make this a big event. And that's why we're here today, is to get people to come out tomorrow for the food trucks and all the things that are going on, so that we can say there's a second annual a year from now.
Okay, good. Yeah, that'll be fun. So can anyone sign up, or where do we go for tickets, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So our team signups and individual tournaments are pretty much locked in. We started promoting that several months ago. But what we wanted to do is create an opportunity for the community to actually come in. And so we have some wonderful partners with our food trucks that are going to even contribute some of the earnings from that day back to the organization.
Nice.
And then where the community members can come in and eat, we have a room set up, and they can actually watch the pickleball tournaments live stream while they're eating, and then they can go to the gym if they want to check that out. If somebody maybe wanting to learn a little bit more about pickleball,
I was gonna say,
it's one of the fastest growing sports in the States, and it's a phenomenal activity that any age can do.
Yeah, and it looks fun. So it's like a tennis and ping pong marry, and this is their child.
Yes,
that's right.
That's a good way of putting it. I remember playing in high school at Greenwood, and people were like, "You used to play pickleball all the time?" I was like, "Yeah, it's actually," but then it just took off over the last few years.
Yeah,
so
it sure
we're
has.
excited. We have some really good players coming out, and then even a non-competitive. That's what I think you and I are playing.
That's
in.
right, very non-competitive.
Yeah.
So, me.
But we just would encourage the community, check out and just get a glimpse of what's to come for the future of the paddle battle.
Yeah, and donate to a great cause. I mean, not really. I mean, you could donate, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not going to turn that away, but just being there and getting food and stuff, that all goes towards helping others.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Do we leave anything out?
No, I don't think so.
Go to hopehousebg.com, learn more about Hope House, and look forward to seeing everybody at lunchtime to eat some great food and see some great competition.
Okay, and this is all indoors.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, I like that. In case the weather gets crazy in any way. Okay, Hope House Baptist, or Living Hope Baptist Church, and it's door H. Just remember that when you go to enjoy a day of pickleball and some great food with the food trucks. All right, hopehousebg.com/paddle battle for more info. We'll be right back.